How to write a good essay. It's a bewitching question, and it's one I'm going to answer in approximately 2 minutes, and then we'll go on to something else which is dependent on that, which is how to use a good quotation. An essay is about a presentation of not only your ideas, but also the ideas that you've acquired which prove that you understand the subject. When we're thinking about the essay, we're particularly thinking about these brief essays which we write in examinations, which are going to last, 3/4 of an hour. But the same principles will also work by extension, simply by expanding what here we're going to refer to as paragraphs. So an essay is made up of a series of units, let's say 5 units. We're going to write them down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we might call these paragraphs. Unit 1 would be the introduction, and Unit 5 would be the conclusion. Units 2 and 3, paragraphs 2 and 3, are those paragraphs where you are going to demonstrate to the reader that you know what you're talking about. These paragraphs need to establish that everything is balanced. So, for example, in an argumentative essay, maybe paragraph 2 would be the reasons for the proposition, and paragraph 3 would be the reasons against the proposition. But there's a certain leeway here. Maybe paragraph 2 would be your main reasons for and your main reasons against, and paragraph 3 would be your subsidiary reasons for and against. Now, there is only one way to write an essay, and that is to plan it. And the important bit of the plan is not necessarily about everything that is in the essay. I've seen some plans where people have written so much they might just well have written the essay anyway. The plan is about what you don't say, about what you're not going to say at the beginning. The plan is about getting your main ideas, your best ideas on paper, and then saving them for the crunch. Paragraph 4. Paragraph 4 is where you establish very clearly that maybe some of the points in paragraphs 2 or 3 are not points you agree with. You also maybe add your own special bit of information. It's that bit of information which is so important, which is so vital to your essay, and which is vital to your getting the good mark at the end. Paragraph 4, the crunch, is probably going to be your longest paragraph. It's going to be the paragraph where you back up your facts with good quotations. It's going to be the paragraph where you present your argument in a clever, logical, ordered way. Now, a point about length here, just very quickly. Paragraphs 1 and paragraphs 5 are probably going to be quite brief. Paragraph 1, you establish how you intend to answer the question. Paragraph 5 follows naturally from the crunch. Paragraph 5 is exactly what it says on the bottle. It is the conclusion of all this discussion. If you want to start in paragraph 5 making a new discussion, if you want to start a new idea, you might as well write a new essay. It's a waste of your time to add anything new to paragraph 5. Paragraph 5 concludes what you've been writing. It follows naturally. Paragraph 4 is your argumentative paragraph. Paragraph 4 is what you've been waiting for. Now look, it's exactly like the situation where you get into an argument with one of your friends, or indeed maybe not one of your friends. You want to say, there's no point in going onto the offensive right at the beginning and battering somebody. No, ridiculous, childish, silly. You listen very politely to what somebody else has got to say. Oh yes, I understand. And you reason with them how clever your points are, how wise is your position. But paragraph 4, 1, 2, 3 reasons why your position is wrong, and bang! You've flawed them, you've destroyed them, you've established your own point of view very calmly and very brilliantly by conceding that they also had a point of view too, but that it was wrong. Now, as an addition to this talk, here we've got our 5-paragraph system for the essay. We've also got to consider how we defend and how we back up points, and we do this with the quotation. Now, the quotation is something which has been routinely misused in the past. Today, we are told that we must not plagiarize. This would have been a nonsensical concept to a first century Greek or a first century Roman. They routinely adopted somebody else's name to give credibility to their writings. This is something that we're not allowed to do. We're also supposed to attribute our quotations. We're supposed to tell people where we got them from. Now, that's the legal business out of the way. What you've got to do is to use a quotation in a clever way. Now, imagine you've got 6 brilliant quotations. You've got 35 or 40 minutes in which to write your essay. You're probably not going to have time to use all 6 of those quotations. You have to choose very carefully, because a quotation, by definition, requires 3 sentences. A sentence to establish the quotation, to use the quotation, to quote, and then to explain the quotation. It's like taking a jewel from a ring, looking at a ring. And you look at the ring and you think, oh gosh, what a wonderful ring, how bright and glistening it is, how sparkly it is. And then you take the jewel out of the ring, if you're a jeweler, and you look at that again and you can turn it round and you can see it by many different facets. Well, in your essay, you're only interested in 1 or 2 facets. You're not interested in the whole thing. So you have to apply your quotation. You have to apply that jewel, put it back into its setting in the ring. If you get your quotation right, you're going to win with your essay. You can't use every quotation that you've got in your head. Now, not only can you use quotations, of course, you might be able to refer to characters or events without necessarily explicitly quoting. This is useful too. But the art of the quotation requires these 3 points. These 3 sentences: establishing, using the quotation, and explaining the quotation. There is no point in making your quotation longer than the things that you are writing. I have seen essays where the quotation is twice the length of the original work written by the student. This is absurd. Your quotation should be brief and ad rem, to the point. If you follow these steps, you will write a brilliant essay. There is no question.